In a school where whispers and gossip ruled the halls, two twins were impossible to ignore, though for very different reasons. One, with her soft black face, radiated kindness and warmth, always helping, always caring. The other, her face pale as snow, carrying an attitude sharper than knives, pushing everyone away, always rude and careless. No one expected that one small act from the black-faced twin, sharing her lunch with a lonely student, would ignite a ripple of kindness that the entire school couldn't ignore. Today, you'll see how one heart willing to care can change lives, even when her twin refuses to join. This isn't just a story of lunch. It's a story of choice, contrast, and the quiet power of goodness. The bell rang, echoing through the hallways of Willow Creek High School. Students hurried to their lockers, whispering about assignments, crushes, and social hierarchy. Amid the chaos, two twins walked side by side, a strange mirror of contrasts. Leah, the black-faced twin, walked gently, her presence soft but noticeable. Her eyes carried warmth, her steps were deliberate, and her mind always searching for someone in need. Beside her, her twin, Celine, the white-faced girl, walked with sharp steps, tossing her bag carelessly, glaring at anyone who dared cross her path. She had a reputation. Everyone knew she was impossible to please, and nobody wanted to be near her. Leah had always known her twin's temperament wouldn't change. But today, she had a plan, to quietly perform an act of kindness she had thought about for days. The cafeteria was loud, filled with students jostling for seats. In the corner sat a lonely boy, Evan, a soft soul ignored by everyone. His tray was empty and his shoulders slumped. Leah paused, observing him for a moment. Her black face reflected empathy. Her heart tugged. Without hesitation, she approached, her hands holding her neatly packed lunch. "Hi," she whispered, sliding her lunchbox toward him. "You can have this." Evan looked up, shocked. Why me?" "Because someone needs it," Leah said, smiling softly. "And today that someone is you." Across the room, Celine's white face twisted into a sneer. She had seen her twin offer kindness, and instead of pride, she felt disdain. "Why are you wasting your time on him?" she muttered under her breath. She made it clear she had no interest in joining her sister, no desire to care, and no patience for anyone she deemed unworthy. Her attitude made a sharp contrast. While Leah's kindness rippled silently, Celine's harsh energy radiated coldness. Evan took the first bite, unsure if he could trust this sudden generosity. Tears stung his eyes. He hadn't known someone could act so selflessly. Leah sat down across from him, talking quietly, laughing gently. Celine, meanwhile, stomped to her table, pushing chairs around and glaring at anyone who looked at her. The cafeteria had never been more divided. Yet strangely, it was alive. Two different forces, one black, one white, one kindness, one cruelty, shaping the space in ways students could feel. By the end of lunch, the ripple had begun. Students who witnessed Leah's act started quietly mimicking it, passing snacks, offering notes, helping peers. Celine scowled, refusing to participate, maintaining her cold dominance. But the twin contrast became a lesson everyone noticed. Kindness spreads on its own, while attitude isolates you. The next day, the cafeteria was buzzing again, but the atmosphere had changed. Leah walked in with her calm presence, carrying a few extra snacks. She found Evan and the new boy, Caleb, waiting at the corner table. "You're here early," she said, smiling. They had begun to anticipate her kindness. Her black face glowed with patience and softness, as if her presence alone could calm the chaos around them. Celine stormed in moments later, slamming her bag onto the floor. Her pale white face glared at anyone who made eye contact. She didn't join the table. She didn't help. She simply existed in sharp contrast, reminding everyone that kindness is always a choice. Leah shared snacks with Caleb, encouraging him to pass them along to a girl sitting alone. Slowly, other students approached the corner table, inspired by Leah's actions. Even some who had laughed at Evan before decided to bring extra food to someone else. Meanwhile, Celine muttered harsh words to her friend, maintaining her rudeness. The cafeteria slowly began to transform. Students noticed a twin contrast, one creating warmth, the other coldness, and learn an unspoken lesson. You can choose to build or isolate. Leah's black-faced presence became a symbol of quiet leadership, cooperation, and empathy. Celine's white-faced attitude became a cautionary shadow of what happens when pride and rudeness rule. By afternoon, even teachers noticed a subtle revolution. Leah's quiet acts were changing the culture. Celine, though, remained unyielding, and that contrast itself told a story. Kindness wins silently, cruelty only isolates, and choices define character. Days passed, and the ripple of kindness continued to grow. Evan and Caleb were now helping others, sharing snacks, encouraging peers. Leah guided quietly. Her black face warmed a steady anchor for the growing movement. Students who had never dared to smile at each other now exchanged small gestures of care. Celine, on the other hand, continued her path of isolation. Her white face remained cold, her attitude sharp. But the contrast became even more evident now. Where Leah's kindness created connection, Celine's rudeness only drew distance. Yet the twin contrast gave students a living example. Empathy and cooperation build culture. Cruelty and attitude destroy it. During lunch, more students joined the corner table, encouraged by Leah. Even Chase, the former bully, approached hesitantly, offering a small snack to another student. Celine rolled her eyes and walked past, refusing to change. Her white-faced pride became a lesson in how isolation is self-imposed when one rejects kindness. By the end of the week, the cafeteria had transformed. A black-faced twin's quiet actions had started a cultural shift. Her white-faced twin remained outside it, yet her presence reinforced a lesson. Choice matters, contrast teaches, and kindness is always stronger than cruelty. In life, we are given choices every day. Some are small, like sharing a snack. Others seem large, like standing up for someone when no one else does. The story of these twins teaches us that kindness and cruelty are choices, not traits. One twin chose empathy, cooperation, and selfless action. Her black face became a symbol of warmth, connection, and human decency. The other twin chose rudeness, pride, and distance. Her white face became a cautionary shadow, showing how isolation is the natural outcome of refusing to care. The moral is clear. Your actions define you, not your appearance or status. Kindness multiplies silently. Cruelty isolates loudly. You can build a world of connection one small act at a time, and every choice matters. Even if someone like Celine refuses to change, the ripple of goodness from one heart, like Leah's, can create a movement that reshapes an entire environment. That is the quiet power of empathy, contagious, invisible, unstoppable. Humanity is reflected in the choices we make. Be the one who builds, not the one who isolates. Be the one who inspires, not the one who scorns. Because one act of kindness, repeated and observed, can outshine a lifetime of cruelty.